Today I'm going to show you how to complete the Grogmanay event and get the Build Your Out Celebration tattoos and make up the annual Grogmanay tankard in the Celebration Celebrity title. Now, first of all, this is an event guide, so it is a guide on a time-limited event. So if it is after January 11th, 2022, this event has ended. Now, if you want to track any of the challenges in this video, simply go into your menu, Pirate Log, Season 5, Events, Special Events, Grogmanay. All the challenges and rewards are in here somewhere. Now, let's get to how this event works. Now, the very first thing you want to do upon logging into the game is go talk to Lorena and purchase the Grogmanay event flag. Just hit Browse Stock. It's free, just buy it. I don't mention it anywhere else in this video because I actually forgot about it in the initial recording, but here it is. Now, there are 6 challenges. For different amounts of completed challenges, you'll get different rewards. It doesn't matter which challenges you do or which order you do them, but if you complete any of the 6, you'll get the Build Your Out Celebration tattoos, which look like this. If you complete any 2, you'll get the Build Your Out Celebration makeup, which looks like this. If you complete any 4, you will get the Grogmanay annual tankard. We'll talk about the tankard a little bit more in a second. And if you complete all 6, you get the Celebration Celebrity title. Okay, now we're going to talk about the Grogmanay annual tankard. Now, first, it's important to understand that the Grogmanay event is an annual event. It happens every single year. And this is the Grogmanay annual tankard. So this tankard will be obtainable every single year. But there is one reason you should keep trying to get it. It's kind of like a faction reputation item, where every time you get it, it changes in appearance slightly. The very first one you get will look like this, with 1 gash in it. Once you get it a second time, it'll have 2 gashes in it. Presumably, the third time it'll have 3 gashes in it. So if you participated in last year's Grogmanay, and this is a new thing, so participated meaning you logged in between December 30th, 2020 and January 20th, 2021, you'll have gotten the first tankard. So if you did participate last year, you'll already have this, and then when you get it this year, you'll have your second mark put in. If this is your first year of Grogmanay, you won't have this, and then you'll have your first one. Also, the name changes from Grogmanay First Annual Tankard to Grogmanay Second Annual Tankard. Now on to the actual challenges themselves. Now first, general tips. All of these challenges require you to drink 3 tankards of grog before you do them. You do have to be drunk while you complete the challenge. It's a little bit hard to tell how drunk you have to be. Kind of general rule of thumb, if you're throwing up, you're good. It's kind of a gross thing to say. Yeah, so I'd recommend drinking 4 and then refilling your 5th one so you can do that. By the way, if you don't know, on your ship there's this kind of keg here where you can refill your tankard. Remember, drink the entire thing, not until the glass is empty, but until the animation is done. Some of the glasses are deeper looking than others. Another thing, every single one of these challenges is crew-wide, so it is best to do them in a crew with other people. So you don't even have to drink a single tankard of grog to complete this event if you have someone else in your crew do all the challenges with you, and then you just help them out. Next, if you can get your hands on a chest of 1,000 grog, this makes this event infinitely easier, as if you didn't know, you can actually refill your tankard with chests of 1,000 grog, which means you don't have to go back to your ship and you don't have to go through the water, because going through the water makes you sober, and it's just a lot easier because you don't have to have your ship around you at all times. If you don't have a chest of grog, harpoon the island and just drag your boat up to it. Probably the best way to do that. Now that we're done with general tips, actual challenges. For a staggering success, drink 3 tankards of grog, then dig up 3 treasure chests. Now, it only counts for this challenge if it has chests in the name. So Ashen chests, treasure chests, seafarers, castaways, captains, all those count. But rag and bone crates and skulls and trinkets, none of those count, only chests. So Gold Hoarder's Voyage is probably the best way to do this. Next is dropping the ball. Drink 3 tankards of grog, then hit enemy ships with cannonballs 3 times. This one's probably one of the hardest challenges. Now, I don't have a lot in the way of tips for this one. I would recommend trying to either find an unmanned ship or try and get into an alliance with someone, or just have someone agree to let you shoot their ship a few times if you can. Otherwise, I don't really have much. Skeleton ships might count for that, though they're going to be harder to hit than normal ships because you can drop the anchor of a normal ship. And they only might count. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't test it. That's really all I've got for this one. Next is Drowned Sorrows. Drink 3 tankards of grog and then defeat 10 ocean crawlers. Best thing I can say, if ocean crawlers spawn, kill them. I would normally say a treasury is a really good option for this, but to say drunk, it's a pain. If you have a chest of 1,000 grog though, you could actually bring that down into a treasury to do this. Though you may need help getting through the door because of the bubble barrier. Next is Sick Burn. Drink 3 tankards of grog and then defeat 20 skeletons with fire bombs. You'll have a few fire bombs on your boat, but not very many, so I would recommend trying to pick up some from barrels on the outpost you spawn on. Then I would either do an Order of Souls voyage or a fort, as they're the easiest way to get lots of skeletons in one place. Then find the skeletons, lure them to the beach by your boat, drink a bunch, go over, lead them out of the water, then throw fire bombs at them. It's worth noting they have to die from the fire, at least I'm pretty sure. Which makes Fort of Fortune actually kind of a bad idea for this because they have extra health there and don't die from one firebomb. And then just rinse and repeat until you get it. Next is dinner and drinks. This one requires you to drink 3 glasses of grog, then capture a chicken, pig, and snake. Now, if you aren't aware of how to do this as a baseline, basically you can find these animal cages around, and then if you're holding it and walk up to an animal, you can hold left click and then catch them. Each animal can only be caught in their specific cage, so snakes have baskets, pigs have these kind of darker metal cages, and chickens have these like lighter wood cages. Now, there's 2 ways of getting cages. One, they can spawn randomly on islands, or through merchant alliance voyages, which are way easier. Basically, go up to a merchant and look for a voyage with this icon. It has to be this icon with the keg and the chicken, and yeah, this one. Buy it, put it down, and then you'll get a list of things to deliver to a certain outpost. If this has a chicken, a pig, or a snake, you can then go up to the merchant vendor, and then you'll be able to take the cage of that animal from them. Ideally, you want to have a voyage with all 3. You can take the cages and then get rid of the voyage. So there is a mechanic in place that makes it so if you put another one of those voyages down, it's exactly the same, so you can't just throw it and get a new one until you get a really good version. I'm not entirely sure how to avert this issue. I think if you switch servers, it could work. So if you log into a server, buy a voyage, and then you don't get all 3 animals, you can switch servers, or you could do it in batches if you want. Also, each island can only have a maximum of 2 different types of animals, so you will have to go to at least 2 different islands. Now, maybe wondering which islands to go to, because if you didn't know, every single island has a set group of animals that can spawn there. The easiest way to figure out which animals spawn on what island is through a website, which I'll link in the description, called Rare Thief. If you go to that link, it'll bring you to this page with this big map. If you then click Filter on the left, and scroll down to animals, you can click animals, and then it'll show you every single island that all the animals spawn on and what type of animals spawn there. You can also filter by specific animals, so if you just need chickens, or you just need snakes, or just need whatever, you can find it super easily. Now, the next and final challenge is Chunder the Sea. This requires you to drink 3 tankards of grog and then defeat a shark. Now, this one's a bit of a pain. You want to wait in the water until you get a shark. Sharks are more likely to spawn by defeated megalodons or by shipwrecks, if that helps. Once you find one, you're going to want to hit it a few times and then get onto your boat. Drink your grog. Since falling into the water sobers you up too fast, you're going to have to stay on your boat and shoot it. This one's really nice to have a teammate, just kind of lure and keep track of the shark so you know where it is while you're drinking, and then just shoot it a few times. It might take you a few tries, but once you get it, challenge is yours. Now that is the end of the video, and this is also my last video of the year. Happy New Year, everybody. Or, I guess not New Year yet, but, happy almost New Year? New Year, happy end of... Happy New Year's Eve, I guess? Yeah, so, last upload of the year. I wanted to quickly say thank you guys so much for the support the channel has gotten this year. If you didn't know, I'm just gonna open the analytics here. We are currently at 1,609 subscribers, which is an insanely massive number. I still have like trouble figuring it, like picturing that many. Like, that's an insane amount of people. Thank you guys so much for that. But if we scroll all the way back to the start of this year, we were at the start of this year, January 1st, 2021, 366 subscribers. This channel's subscribers have quadrupled since the start of this year. That's just an insane increase from 366 to 1,609. So I just seriously wanted to say thank you guys so much for that. And as always, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And I'll see you guys next year.